this, but Shaq see these guys winning these MVPs and a little envious because, and I don't care. Look, I understand that Shaq got 4 titles and he has 3 Finals MVPs, but Shaq know deep down we should be having a discussion for GOAT. Shaq name is never brought up in the discussion. Now we bring his name up with big mans, with Will, Russell, and Kareem, and rightfully so. But we're never going to see another guy Shaq's size with his athleticism that was as dominant as him.
Yeah. And
he robbed himself because he didn't take it serious enough. Did he take it serious? Not nearly as serious as he should have. Shaq should have 5 MVPs. Shaq should have 7 titles.
They do. It's your boy Wavy. Stay Wavy TV. Back at y'all with another one. Let's get it, man. So I was watching Nightcap, and Shannon Sharpe made a very bold statement, but when he backed it up with the evidence that he had to back up how he felt, I kind of agreed with him, but I still kind of disagreed. But he made a very strong point, man. So for those that don't know, Nikola Jokic, a.k.a. the Joker, he's now a 3-time MVP. He won the MVP award last night. And me personally, I 100% think that he deserved to win MVP. Shout out to Nikola Jokic. Congratulations. I think he just displayed that he is the best player in the league right now, in my opinion. But with that being said, Shaquille O'Neal basically was interviewing him, and he did congratulate him, but he also prioritized telling him, look, you are the best player in the league right now, but SGA, aka Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who plays for the OKC Thunder, Shaq told Jokic that he believed that he should have won the award over him, and he felt like he got robbed. And Shaq was wrong for that, man. Number one, that's an opinion, right? That's Shaq's opinion. And just because you feel like that doesn't mean that you have to say that. Because what he did was, you're taking the shine away from a 3-time MVP who just won a championship last year. And Shaq embarrassed Nikola Jokic. And Nikola Jokic is such a good guy and such a professional that, you know, he told Shaq that he didn't take it personal and everybody has their opinion and he's okay with that. But, you know, Nikola Jokic was just being professional. Nikola Jokic, he felt some type of way about that. You could see it in his face. He was hurt, especially for arguably the most dominant big man in NBA history, Shaquille O'Neal, who's a 4-time NBA champion. For him to disrespect and embarrass another big man who probably looked up to him when he was younger, it's just completely disrespectful and it's out of line, right? And at the end of the day, you know, I hear a lot of people saying that, you know, SGA, his team was number 1 in the West. Bruh, they literally were 1 game ahead of the Denver Nuggets. So people got to stop saying that. Like, people are acting like the Denver Nuggets were 5 or 6 games behind. They literally were number 1 by 1 game. You understand what I'm saying? And when you look at Nikola Jokic's stats this year, I mean, he damn near averaged a triple-double this year. I mean, this guy was putting up astronomical video game numbers for a big man. You understand what I'm saying? Nikola Jokic had so many 30-point-plus games this year combined with triple-doubles. I mean, he was breaking records all fucking year, right? So Shannon Sharpe basically said that Shaquille O'Neal is jealous of Nikola Jokic because Shaquille O'Neal, and I didn't know this, I just found this out when Shannon Sharpe said it, and I didn't believe it. I actually had to look it up for myself because I didn't believe it. Shaquille O'Neal only won 1 regular season MVP award, and that was the 1999-2000 season. He only has 1 MVP, and I thought about it, and I said, holy shit. I said, for Shaq to be the most dominant, not just big man, when he was playing, he was hands down the most dominant player in the league. Forget centers. Shaq was the most dominant big man in the league in his prime when he was, especially when he was playing on the Lakers. I say until he went to the Miami Heat. When he was on the Orlando Magic and when he was on the Lakers, he was the most dominant player in the league, right? Arguably the best player in the league, right? So with that being said, I said, damn. I said, that's very disappointing for Shaquille O'Neal to only have 1 regular season MVP. That doesn't even sound right. And when you think of just how unguardable Shaq was, Shaq should have won at least 3 or 4, maybe even 5 regular season MVPs. Now, Shaq did say this. Shaq feels like he was robbed of a couple of MVPs, and maybe he was, but at the end of the day, Shaq's career is over. He's retired. You can't put your insecurities as a reason to why you're hating on Nikola Jokic for being a 3-time MVP. And this isn't the first time we've seen people do this. Last year, Joel Embiid won MVP. And let's be honest, man, the NBA felt bad because a lot of people felt like he should have won MVP the year before. You understand what I'm saying? Nikola Jokic, in my opinion, he should be a 3-time MVP in a row. I think he got robbed last year of the MVP award because everybody painted this narrative that Joel Embiid got robbed the year before, which I think is total bullshit. I don't agree with that. I don't believe that. And I'm happy Nikola Jokic won the MVP this year because at the end of the day, he's the most dominant person in the league right now. And a lot of people are saying, oh, well, he's down 2-0 against the Timberwolves. Guys, the MVP award is based on what you did in the regular season. Did SGA do enough to win MVP? Yes. But Jokic did too. And at the end of the day, if I had to say who's the more dominant player, SGA or Jokic this season, I would say Jokic by far. By far. You understand what I'm saying? Like he really dominates games, bro. This guy is a center that's shooting threes. He passes like he's fucking CP3 in his prime. He's a hell of a passer. You understand what I'm saying? And just his presence on the court, it's felt. I don't think SGA's presence on the court is felt how Jokic is felt. You understand what I'm saying? But back to Shaq, right? Back to Shaquille O'Neal, right? Shaquille O'Neal, not only could he have won 4 or 5 MVPs, he could have won about 6 or 7 rings, right? And Kobe Bryant has said this as well. Rest in peace to the GOAT, Kobe Bryant. In my opinion, he's the GOAT. Shaq didn't take care of his body, man. Those last 2 years on the Lakers, man, there was a decline in Shaq's performance based off of just him not taking care of his body, and he's admitted to it, bro. Shaq didn't prioritize dieting after he won that third championship with the Lakers. He did not prioritize dieting. He gained a shit ton of weight, and he wasn't 100% dedicated to the game of basketball. Now, he did end up going to the Miami Heat and winning his 4th NBA ring, right? But Shaq was the number 2 on that team. Dwayne Wade was the number 1 on that team. That's not even arguable, right? Dwayne Wade was number 1 when Shaq went to the Miami Heat. And after he won that 4th ring, Shaq was terrible. Shaq was horrible. He was slow. He was overweight, right? Obviously the hack of Shaq played a factor, but Shaq just wasn't the same player. He was not taking care of his body. And if he prioritized taking care of his body and dieting and just staying in shape, Shaq could have won maybe 1 or 2 more rings with the Miami Heat. But because of Shaq not being Shaq, you know, he only won 1 more ring after that. You understand what I'm saying? So Shaq is jealous of Nikola. He's not only jealous of Nikola Jokic, he's jealous of a lot of big guys. He's been hating on JaVale McGee, right? He was the number 1 hater for Dwight Howard, who on the Orlando Magic went to the NBA Finals. He did end up losing to Kobe and the Lakers, right? But Dwight Howard has won MVP before. And Dwight Howard in his prime was just as dominant as Shaq. I mean, he didn't end up winning 4 rings like Shaq, right? But I mean, Dwight Howard he could have been considered the best player in the league when he was on the Orlando Magic. You understand what I'm saying? So Shaq has jealousy towards the big mans. I do think that Shaq is jealous of Nikola Jokic. I think he's jealous of the fact that, you know, Joker has 3 MVPs. And at the end of the day, man, you know, Shaq can't blame anybody but himself, man. You understand what I'm saying? He could have won way more MVPs and more rings, man, but that's Shaq's fault. So, you know, congratulations to the Joker, man. I think Shaq owes the Joker an apology because that was just way out of line. And Shit, I ain't gonna lie. This kind of makes me want Joker to win another championship this year, just to shut Shaq the fuck up. I hope he can get the job done tomorrow night against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I would like to see the Denver Nuggets come back and win this series and go back to the finals and win another one, man. Because I'm just, as a black man, I'm embarrassed by Shaq's behaviors yesterday, saying that to the Joker, man. That's just, you just don't do that, man. You don't rain on somebody's parade and take the attention away from somebody that just won an award because of your jealousy and your insecurities and your anger towards what happened in your career. You don't do that, man. Honestly, I don't think Shaq should be fired for that, but he should be suspended, honestly. If I was, the person that is running the broadcast for TNT, I would fucking suspend Shaq for at least the rest of the series with fucking Minnesota and Denver Nuggets. You got to teach him a lesson, bro. Shaq feels like he has too much power and he can just say whatever the fuck he wants to say, and he's entitled to his opinion, man. But you don't disrespect and embarrass somebody like that, man. Especially somebody that had the numbers and had the stats, and his team was number 2 or 3 in the West. He deserved to win MVP, man. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. It's your boy Wavy. I'm out.